All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the true power with General Sarasun Seti. Kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepted members to not only the Sarasun Seti YouTube page, but the General Seti YouTube page, two dynamic powerhouse institutions on YouTube, giving you nothing but black power, black divinity. I want you to subscribe immediately. I want you to become a member. Link for the memberships right down in the video description is in the chat. All you had to do is just click it. You get a video introduction, rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarasun Seti General Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. The General got a new website up on Teachable, uploading a lot of dynamic curriculums, powerhouse programs, certificate courses. First one up, 25 steps to the redemption of definitive black manhood, designed by the General, strictly for the brothers. It's an amazing, amazing course. All you had to do is just click that link right over there in the chat. You can get a preview of the curriculum. Also included the Brotherhood of Heru Roundtable live stream, where the brothers meet once a week discussing very vital, important, powerful information pertinent to our growth and development. Make sure you get over there, family. Get over there and uh get a preview. Get a preview now, and become a member, become a brother today. Ring the alarm, kingseti.com, online marketplace, official. Did I do that? Official General Sarasun Seti DVD lectures. Did I do that? T-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessory for every room in the house. I got something for you, family. I know you're going to like and love. Get over there, family. Did I do that? And get over there and check it out, fam. Get that catalog. Check it out. Patreon. We just got off of Patreon, dropping nothing but fire. You missed it. Missed it, family. If you did, is over there waiting on you. We did was Neanderthals prey for ancient African predator hunters. Man, it's powerful. Man, I got some hell of a videos up there, supplementary videos, dropping a lot of information that you're not going to hear nowhere on the planet. I want you to get over there and get it. We also did part two, where this is actually part two. Part one was, here we go. Are the Predators, Ancient Black Anunnaki, both of them up there, both of them ain't nothing but fire. God damn it, get over there and get it, get it, get it. For real. It's like that, family. And to the family out there donated to the General, I thank you and I most definitely appreciate you. For the family out there would like to donate, the link is right there in the chat. Go right on ahead, and I appreciate you ahead of time very much. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King Seti, General Seti, Sarasun Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up, like it because you'll love it, and share it with your family and friends. And comment, comment, comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will most definitely ban your ass. You be out of there, family. Here we go. Labor Day in Chicago. God damn it, was off the chain. Niggas didn't shot up there. I don't know if we can't just blame it on goddamn black people because Chicago got a large white population, got a large a Hispanic population, and so we can't blame it all on black people. But it was a bad fucking weekend up there. At a time when you got this Neanderthal, Donald Trump, who is breaking the law by, using the military against the populace, which he should not be doing. You cannot take the military and use it for law enforcement. That's why you got police. That's why you got military. You see, but he is most definitely trying to become some fucking Hitler, a damn goddamn dictator in the United States. And so, under the pretext that he trying to save the cities, that some of these cities is just too goddamn violent, even though there's a lot of Republican cities that are goddamn violent too. He not talking about going there. So so it's basically cities that's historically that's been against goddamn Donald Trump, that he's going into these cities. Okay, that these are the cities that he's going into. I want to see if he go into any Republican cities. You see, cities that's run by a Republican uh, mayor, a Republican governor. We'll see if he step on their toes and come into their city. I doubt it very seriously. He more than likely, if it need be, he'll more than likely give them some goddamn funding, so that they can fund more races, race soldier, police. You understand? Because they probably already doing a good job going upside niggas' heads, and so they good there. They'll just send some funds and shit to continue to fund that racist regime in whatever town. So there's no necessity to send the guard there. But with Chicago having such a violent goddamn Labor Day with over 50 something people shot. Was over 50 something people shot and 7 people dead. You see, at a time where, it's fucking, all this debate going on about going into Chicago and other cities. Where you fucking literally, this shit like overseas, where you seeing military in the fucking, all up and down the streets and shit, and they're not supposed to be policing. You see, you're not supposed to use soldiers as police, and they know that. Only if it's some type of insurrection or some shit. You see, where you bring the goddamn, and that just show you how weak the fucking Congress is, because they should have stepped in, but because the majority of them is in Donald Trump, back pocket, they ain't gonna fucking do nothing. And then some of them weak ass goddamn so-called wannabe Democrat. That's why a Neanderthal is a motherfucking Neanderthal. A Neanderthal is a goddamn Neanderthal. But, this just wasn't a good look. Nah, they saying that crime is down in Chicago. And that's it. But with 50 motherfuckers dead, I mean, not dead, but shot on a goddamn weekend. You see what I'm saying? Goddamn, that's like damn near on the battlefield, and we don't know what's going on out there. If this wasn't, there's some outside force to fucking, to get this shit to the levels that it is, that bring precipitate, the reason why, it's necessary to bring these motherfuckers into Chicago. We don't know what's going on, but it was at the wrong time to have such a high crime weekend like that. You see, where that many people is being shot, and it is a serious problem, not just in Chicago, all across the fucking United States. You see, it's some little motherfucking, that's, like I say, it be some of these little motherfucking towns be off the motherfucking chain. You see what I'm saying? It'd be some of these little motherfucking towns off the fucking chain. That's a higher fucking percentage rate of goddamn crime and shit, and it's a whole lot of shit. Get on them fucking guns. You see what I'm saying? That's number fucking one. You see, y'all so worried, but the flow of guns is still coming into the goddamn cities. It's a goddamn shame that the average nigga on the street can get access to a fucking a Draco, a fucking AR-15 and all this other shit before they can get access to education, to employment, the things that embedders people, embed, and so they never had no intentions to embed our people. You see, they had, it's one thing if you have you have invested money into the people, you've invested into early education, you've invested into the schools and shit to turn that around, giving the kids sports, giving them scholarships, making sure that they got, that they have access to, the higher standards of living, being able to, go to school at, once they graduate and not worry about how to pay for the fucking education. If you want if you want an advanced country and nation, you have to invest in your children. You have not invested. Anytime you can see that many, they're just clear that you have not invested. So you are more willing to invest in the fucking military coming into Chicago, coming into DC, coming into LA, and whatever other city you can invest into the military coming in, but you are not willing to invest into education and those things that will stir up youth and the younger peoples in the nation towards more of enlightening, more what we say, as far as being better citizens is for their own community. You don't invest in that. And you invest in prisons and shit, building up prisons and shit and all of that. And so, they're doing what the fuck they always. And again, we don't make it, and like I said, we don't make it no goddamn better. But at the same time, how the fuck can you make it better with less? You see, how the fuck can you make it better with less? Nah, another thing is that they having all these crazy ass shootings where these Neanderthals is sick as a motherfucker. They stay sick. It should be some form of an operation on all these hate fucking groups that been shooting up all these schools and shit for the last fucking 10, 15 fucking years. And then always talking about some lone shooter and shit like, oh, a lone shooter. Ain't no goddamn lone shooter. These is fucking what they call suicide bombers for white nationalists. Send these little ignorant ass sick motherfuckers to do a hit job. Don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about their life or nothing. They willing to go and throw their life away, go in there and shoot up however many people they can get, and then oh, he's a lone shooter and this, that, and the third. No, they ain't got no they don't have no intentions of curb these mass shootings. Take care of these mass fucking shootings. How about that? Let's focus in on these mass shootings that's been going on with all these crazy motherfuckers. And there is a pattern of where the fuck they coming from. We know they coming from a lot of these white hate groups that they not saying a fucking thing about. You see? And so, we know what it is, man. Listen, coming out of Detroit is no different than no other area, urban city in the fucking country and shit. Decades of warfare from the period of the crack era and down even to today. You see the devastation that happened, and nobody say nothing about that. It was the government that actually facilitated the downfall of many of these cities. You see what I'm saying? Many of these motherfucking cities, first and foremost, they're punishing a lot of these cities. Number one, from back even when the riots was going down. After the death, you had the 67 riots in Detroit. Then you had the Watts riots and all the riots after Martin Luther King had been assassinated, and there was riots all over this motherfucker. And when black people did that, there was flight from the cities then. That's really when they took flight. And they said, you know what? Since these niggas want to act this way, they want to riot all over the fucking United States. What we're going to do is we're going to move the fuck out of here. We're going to move the fucking economy out of here. And we're going to, first and foremost, you burnt this bitch down. This is where you going to stay. And we're not going to do a motherfucking thing for your area of the city. You see, wherever you burn down, that's where you niggas going to live. And what we going to do, we going to move, the economic base headquarters into the suburbs as far as we can go to get away from you motherfuckers. we'll leave the downtown there for, operation, where we'll come in and we'll go to work in the fucking morning and shit, and we'll use downtown as a headquarters, but we'll have another headquarters in many of the suburbs. That's how they do in Detroit. You got Southfield and other motherfucking where they got, major economic hubs outside of Detroit where they can go and shit and not, not need Detroit in many instances. So they can facilitate they businesses outside the major cities and let the inner city die, take the tax base out the city, you see, make all, and so everybody else running out to the suburbs with the big dollars. And so the major money is outside of the cities. The tax base is outside of the cities. So the cities die in a lot of areas and shit. You see, so that was their way of fucking, punishing black people during all them 60s riots and shit. And then on top of that, after all the fucking rioting, and after all of the white flight from out of the fucking cities and how the city started to die, then they shuffled the goddamn, cause niggas now you ain't having no job. They closing these motherfucking cars, factories. They moving them motherfuckers to Japan and Korea and moving them over there and out into other areas where is more, a dominant white population and shit. Move the car industry, move the rubber industry, move all that shit somewhere else. And so the fucking Midwest just, fell into a sinkhole. And then after all of that, in other areas around the country, you bring in the crack on top of that, a fucking, impoverished community. And now they see these big dreams and shit of niggas can get rich and shit off of selling dope and shit. And niggas went to war for about 20 fucking years, and already devastated fucking communities. On top of that, they just, whatever was left over after the riots, then a lot of that shit was destroyed during the crack era. And so this is what you had today. Ain't been no really funding to rebuild these fucking cities. So they, so you got the youngin, they don't know nothing about this shit. They just born into the fucking world. You know what I'm saying? They just born into the fucking world, and and they saying, well, what the fuck? We born in, and this shit is deplorable looking. What the fuck am I gonna do? Am I gonna live here? What the fuck am I? How can I get up out of here? You see what I'm saying? And a lot of them cannot get up out of here, and on top of all of that, there's been you got the drug shit. You're already living in a deplorable fucking society. Not all of it, but a lot of it is. So let's not, a lot of it is. So you're living in a deplorable area, been deplorable. You see, the cracked and fucked up then wipe generations out. I mean, like I said, when I was coming up, I can even remember when Detroit was still over 1 million people. Detroit then depopulated, man. Detroit used to be damn near at its height. It was damn near 1 million point. It was almost 2 million people at one time at the height of, in right around the 50s or some shit like that. It was like 1.7, 1.8 million. Detroit about 700,000 people right now. You see, so I mean, that just show you how many people then left the city. But it was at 1 million around 2000. It was at 1 million around 2000. You see, about 1 million, a couple 100,000, 1 million point two. It was about that around 2000. It's at fucking 675,000. You know what I'm saying? So it is actually half of what it was 25 years ago. You see, and I witnessed it myself. So you talking about cities that just been wiped the fuck out, and all you can do is bring the fucking military in. You see, that ain't gonna change a motherfucking thing. It ain't gonna change a motherfucking thing. What y'all just saying, well, I mean, they really doing the Netanyahu Gaza City blueprint on the United States. That's all they doing. Clean this shit out. Donald Trump ain't nothing but a motherfucking businessman. All he want to do is to be able to. He loves Chicago. He'll move he'll move them niggas up out of if he could and get away with it. He'll clear out whole areas of Chicago, lock them niggas up, send their ass to Puerto Rico or whatever the fuck he going the jail cells that he got. Not Puerto Rico, but what's that? A city down there in fucking or whatever, El Salvador. Yeah, El Salvador. If they saying that they'll take all the motherfucking prisoners that you can fucking get. So if they open up, he'll send their ass all them niggas down there to El Salvador, and he'll build fucking skyscrapers where projects used to be. This is their fucking blueprint. They don't give a fuck. You see, they do not give a fuck. So, niggas is gonna have to, and it's ride or die. Ain't no making it right. Cause the motherfucker coming in ain't getting shit right. So anybody out there saying, oh, we glad, that ain't getting shit right, nigga. That's another layer of extermination at the end of the day. And I understand but that ain't gonna get it right. Okay, if you want to get the shit right, let's get it right. You see, and the motherfuckers in power not gonna get it right. This shit could have just like motherfucker. If motherfucker had the energy, just like to bring the military in, and say, you know what, we gonna focus on these schools. We gonna get them everything, books. We gonna pay the teachers so that they can perform on the highest level. They going once you pay them and make them go to work. You see what I'm saying? Get them kids right, and get progressive teaching styles to, get the kids up with the world and shit, advanced in science, mathematics and shit. Leave the culture alone. We don't need you to do that. Science, mathematics, get some music back in the schools and shit, get all type of, athletics in the schools so they ain't got to be doing shit in there. They got all kind of shit waiting on them at school. You see what I'm saying? From academic to sports to all of that, after school programs and shit, and just get these, get the men in the community. You understand, to be out there on these motherfucking streets. But if the kids' minds is thinking about the other things, and you get it going in the generations, and you get another generation, and they didn't forgot about the dumb shit, then you can gravitate the kids into another direction. You see, and that's all it takes. You see what I'm saying? But if a motherfucker, he ain't got no dreams, and if he coming out of elementary already failing, he already know he gonna fail in junior high. Fuck high school. That's what these niggas talk. Fuck elementary. You understand what? I'd rather, I'm trying to get me a motherfucking bag. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get me a motherfucking bag. I ain't fuck ABC. You see what I'm saying? I ain't never seen nothing I could do with no motherfucking ABCs. These niggas out here, I done seen my grand and daddies and uncles. These niggas ain't doing shit. So if they ain't did shit with no ABCs, what the fuck? These niggas got jewels and cars and shit in there. I want that. You see what I'm saying? I don't see nothing I can get with no motherfucking ABCs. And so, when you got the minds like that, you see, you got to go in there, man, with and facilitate an overhaul of the fucking society, man, and change that shit around to where they have access to everything they need to be the individual, man, that society won't, productive individuals and shit, and motherfucker invest in that. You ain't investing in that. You investing overseas. You investing in the fucking Ukraine, 3-year wars, trillions of dollars over there bombing them motherfuckers and shit, and you ain't spent no money over here on these goddamn schools. You understand what I'm saying? So, so for everybody that say, oh, well, it is bad. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad every motherfucking where. Ain't no motherfucking where in America you gonna go black, white, and I'm not for that, but where there's poverty is motherfucking crime. And there's a lot of poverty going on in the United States that motherfuckers want to hold and say, oh, it ain't they motherfucking fault. That's how it is. When you got 1% that got damn near 50% of the wealth, then you got the other 10% right up under them that got, another 40%, 42%. So the top 11% got over 90% of the motherfucking wealth in the United States. Y'all don't see no problem in that. You blame it on the little nigga. Say, oh, it's your fault you didn't go to school, and it's your fault you didn't get an education. So I could be the next motherfucker with a $50,000 job when a motherfucker over, supposed to be getting 150. You understand what I'm saying? And this, that, and the third, you done went to school for fucking 5-6 years, get a $50,000 motherfucking job, and motherfucker can't even barely live with that. You see what I'm saying? While the top 11% got 94% of the fucking wealth in the goddamn United States, and don't nobody see problem with that. You see, blame it on it's your fault, motherfucker, that you don't want to live on crumbs. You see, and the fucking inflation, they don't make that shit no better, because you can make $100,000 with the fucking inflation that they got today. It's like you're making fucking 50,000. 100,000 damn near like a 50,000. 60,000. You see what I'm saying? So that shit don't mean nothing. And then when, so that's the reality of it. So, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. You feel me? You got to change the top. That's what you got to change. Motherfuckers want the motherfucking bottom to motherfucking submit. That's all they want. They basically want your ass back on the plantation. Motherfucker, get your ass out there, get them oranges, that cotton, and get them goddamn strawberries and shit. Get your ass out there. That's where you gonna go. Don't worry about this shit over here. These billions of fucking. Don't worry about that, nigga. You get your ass out there and you get that goddamn them fucking grapes and them goddamn strawberries, them potatoes and shit. That's what you need to be doing. Don't worry about changing the top. You see, worry about changing the bottom already fucking impoverished. That don't make no motherfucking sense. And so, yeah, they gonna end up in Chicago, but they fighting that shit because he's not supposed to be using the military against the people. That's against the law. Period. That's against the fucking law. And it's a shame that them nothing ass congressmen, they ain't worth a motherfucking damn. You see what I'm saying? That's why I don't even fuck with it, but it's just facts that you ain't even got a balance. It's supposed to be a balance in fucking government. It's supposed to be a balance between the president, the Congress, the Supreme Court. Every blue moon, the Supreme Court will step in and do some things and shit. And, and it probably, if it had not been for the fucking, and I'm not got no confidence in their ass at all, but if they hadn't, blocked a couple of things, this motherfucker will have full fucking range to do whatever he want, because the goddamn country ain't nothing but a bunch of fucking lap dogs. The Congress ain't nothing but a bunch of fucking lap dogs. They ain't worth a two dead fucking flies. Two dead fucking flies. So you in a fucking, this is like fucking Nazi Germany. You see what I'm saying? This is probably the closest that you can get to Nazi Germany. And that's scary. Because you understand what I'm saying? That's very scary. When you think of what the fuck they had planned for, those that they deem to be less than them. You see? And we done already been through some shit. You see what I'm saying? But, in that respect, and I'm not saying this, the slave masters for the United States had a job for a motherfucker. They had the intentions of you working. They didn't have the plan to exterminate your ass. Now you got motherfuckers that they ain't got no job for you. They ain't got shit for your ass. They looking to exterminate your ass. You see what I'm saying? And that's something different. That's something totally motherfucking different. So motherfuckers better wake up out there. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, they could be scared. You know what I'm saying? They out of motherfucking pocket, regardless of the whatever the fuck COVID back. You say COVID back? Yeah. Yeah, they probably got some new shit. Yeah, they got some new shit out here they gonna put on motherfuckers. Be ready to shut this motherfucker down again. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, family, let's move forward. Again, man, I got that fire. I want y'all to go on over there and get that Predator. That's where we gonna be. Didn't, and matter of fact, didn't Ice Cube make the Predator? Yeah, he did one. I'm gonna have to go get that shit. Yeah, I should have brought that up. I didn't even think about that when Ice Cube made that song. Or was it the album? He had an album, The Predator. Yeah, so but it's already, we got it. It's fire. I want y'all to go over there. It's up there right now. The Predators, Ancient Black Anunnaki. This is all esoterical, and what's going on right now may very well be the reason why these motherfuckers is moving the way that they moving. You feel what I'm saying? Get over there and get it. Also, we got up there right now. Let me get it up there. Was Neanderthals prey for the ancient African predator hunters, man? I got some hell of videos and shit that's highlighting a lot of things in history that people just don't know about. And so you see that, the mythological, exoterical stories, but up under there is a real truth that, of a history of our people, man, that they trying to hide. So I want y'all to get over there and get that work, man. I'll be right black. Y'all know what it is. Got much faith in Chicago. I know it's a lot of, crazy shit going on, but it's a lot of greatness and goodness going on at the same goddamn time. Motherfucker got to balance it. Don't want to say nothing good about the people, because that's going to change the motherfucking narrative. You feel what I'm saying? They could never come on the motherfucking news and the first thing they say is something good about something that, a person, that's really out here trying to make a change, say, oh, well, they did this. And yeah, we see that this is happening, but we got family over here that's making positive strides doing this. We didn't change this area. Yes, we still got work to do over there where the shit is going down. But look what we've done over here, where it was a lot of violence. It's no longer the violence over here. We just need to be funded on, and get some more funds in here, and we can get over there and put in the same work over there. You feel what I'm saying? That's real talk. You feel me? So anyway, family, yeah, we most definitely keep our eyes on Chicago. I got nothing but faith in Chicago, a black mecca, and motherfuckers been through this shit time and time, man. Step up, man. Y'all got a lot of great goddamn black heroes and sheroes, mad fucking heart come up out the city. We ain't, all you had to do is tap into the ancestors. And I got, nothing but, the utmost respect and faith for black people in Chicago to totally overcome anything these fucking Neanderthals throw at them. I'm with you, family. I'll see you real soon. I'll be right black. Arm yourself with knowledge. Get over there to Patreon. Click that link up there. Before you get out of here, arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.